Sorry, just a few things going on. Joel Schaefer? Schaefer. I think I'm saying it right. He is a definite go. Joel is a shaman. Let me read you a little bit about Joel. He's coming up on Monday. And then I want to talk about Aparo's thumbnail picture, Yogi. But thank you. Hi, Selma. So the name of Joel's website is Welcome to Tracking. Shamanic movements, recapitulation. First read about it in some of Carlos Castaneda's books, and it is a very powerful technique of recapturing lost energy. Hey, Sil. Hey, Daniel. Let's see, and Tusu's here. Bud File Sil and Susu. Hey, Lady Sky. Recapitulation is using eye movement, head movement, and memory tracking. Literally become trackers, which is why he calls it Welcome to Tracking, his website. And I believe it's left to right. So you start in wherever you want. Generally, you start if you're doing this at the end of the day, you're laying in bed, and you want to reclaim any energy that you gave away that was not in your best interest. You had an outburst, you were judging, I don't know, whatever. And you go back. Memory wise, you reclaim it and you move forward. You go back, you claim it, and you move forward. I'm not an expert on this. I know about it, but I'm not an expert. And dreaming is another thing, using our dreams in a Toltec fashion. Toltecs were the native shamanistic practices of Mexican American tribes. And join us in a magical process of reclaiming our luminosity from our past by tracking our dreams and memories. That's what tracking is, guys. So here's his little synopsis. Memories are dreams of the past that we can return to. The attention that it takes to recapitulate is the same type of attention it takes to do dreaming. Our luminosity, so this is constructive dreaming. This is not like what happens when we go to sleep. When we go to sleep, we fall into the dream state, which is considered the second state of consciousness in yogic traditions. But it's generally not one that we feel that we have control of. There's some people that do lucid dreaming. There's some people that do, like Tibetan dream yoga. But this is, when we talk about dreaming here in the Toltec sense, it is lucid dreaming, lucid waking. It means realizing the inherent dream quality of the world itself, of the life that we live, and being able to navigate it as awakened individuals. Instead of being at the mercy of life, now we are the dreamers of the dream, fully aware and able to assert some influence on the dream. So our luminosity can be recollected from our past experiences. We can change our life significantly by regaining access to our youthful energy. We talk about unpredictability, the importance of unpredictability. You didn't know I was going to say that, did you? You know why? Because I'm unpredictable. Hey, Magiza, how are you, my friend? Uh, Just Daisy, did I get that right? Probably not. I apologize for that, right? Oh, I like this guy? Well, thank you. Hey, Marlon. Welcome to the week's episode of the Traps and Yogi on Saturday Night Live. Our predictability and heavy routines make us accessible, but we can lighten up our lives by doing these powerful energy passes that lead to the um, revitalization, that's tough for me, of our dreaming body. It is then that we truly learn to explore perception as a means to restore our relationship with the earth and the sun. This leads to a feeling of being connected to source, which changes everything, making it possible to pursue our unique path of heart that we all long for. If you might see some similarities there with A Course in Miracles, if you're paying attention. How you doing, McGeeza? So if anyone actually wants to explore this, if anyone wants to be able to do shamanistic practices on their own, uh, Joel, he's going to be up on Monday at 5:20, 5:25. I don't remember. Hold on. Good thing I write this stuff down, guys. 5:25. Yep. And you can ask him about this, and you can sign up for some of his classes. So Joe Schaefer is a personal empowerment mentor and shamanic dreaming teacher. Online courses, the dreaming arts are energetic practices utilized by shamanic practitioners to achieve unique states of awareness and perception, and they can be useful for anyone wishing to strengthen their lives in any way. Come on by, hang out with us. Now, on another note, Martin Ball, who is he's a plant medicine sage, a wise man. There might be some there might be some pen wagging. You never know. I don't know where my gold pen is. That's my favorite wagon pen, man. Ah, I found it. Thanks for reminding me. Hey, this guy says hi, Cat and Jack. So I don't know if I can have Martin Ball up. He's supposed to be on Wednesday. YouTube has very, very strict policies on talking, especially live streams, talking about plant medicines. I don't know how to. I don't want to try to get around anything. You know, YouTube's my boss. I work for YouTube. Technically speaking, I work for you guys. Cat says hi to Lady Sky. So I just don't know if it's worth it. I could be demonetized. I could lose my channel entirely. What would you guys do without me 3 times a day? Hey, Michael. This guy says, drop the pen, Yogi. Never. I probably will. I got an email from our guest this afternoon. He said, I really enjoyed our talk today. Thank you again, Eric. You're really good at this. It's so nice to hear. I didn't know if I would be good at it. And speaking of people who are good at it, you know who's a masterful live streamer? You know who's a great YouTuber? Michael Burkeen is a wonderful YouTuber. In my opinion, one of the best. My opinion, him, Eric Lapointe, Cat and Jack, some of the best YouTubers out there. They're consistent. No, everyone has downtimes, right? Where they just, for whatever reason. Eric Lapointe during the Christmas season, obviously. Michael Burkeen has seasons. To me, I think that's pretty brilliant to have seasons. I haven't brought up my live stream yet on my big screen, so I haven't read any comments, but I will in just a minute. Or I haven't read many comments.
Wait, what is that I smell?
I don't know what she smells. It's not me, guys. Kat says, how's your weather going so far, Michael? Michael says, I'm good, trying to stay warm. I got a new community post. Thank you, Yogi. Getting somewhere anywhere from 11 to 15 inches of snow yet. Wow. That's what they're saying for us too. Plus, we could have up to an inch of ice. Don't mind saying this. That sucks. Have you gotten any snow yet, Lady Sky? Kat wants to know too. Hey, William. William says, Baldy, how are you? Long time no seeing. No, I'm still seeing. Let's see. Michael says, I think I channeled Ron Sterling in this new post. Awesome. Hey, True Quiet. How are you, my friend? I appreciate you coming in. Guys, are you connected with True Quiet? By the way, they have merch. This guy says, yep, I think 3 inches. Guessing so far. Here, Cat and Jack. You too, True Quiet. You gotten any snow? Michael says, well, he's not bald. His hair gravitated. Yeah, it gravitated far, far away. I hope it's in a better place. True Quiet says, got less than an inch so far. But it's supposed to get bad. Yeah, here too. Hope everyone stays safe. Wish I could do something for the people who have no place to go. It always worries me. Have some hot chocolate. Good. I just finished a cup of tea. Some ginger tea. Sometimes I do ginger turmeric tea. Sometimes I do ginger turmeric tea if I want to be fancy about it. It's actually the same thing. I just pronounce it differently. Guys, make sure you go check out Michael's. Make sure you guys connect. I think everyone is connected here, right? Hey, Hamlada, how are you? But Michael has a new post. Looking pretty sharp there in that photo, Michael. And all your photos. Hey, do you really get dressed up for these photos? So we do got a link up. If anyone wants to come up and say hi, if anyone wants to come up and sing a song, sure. We need to go to the Bahamas, Yogi. Beach weather, 77 degrees there currently. I'm in. Count me in. I'd be there right now. And I'm not really like a beach person, but man, anything better than this. Michael says, no, I had AI help me channel the Twilight Zone style. Got you. I thought, man, Michael was really, really committed to this. This guy says, right, Yogi? Ours isn't going to start until they said about 11 o'clock, and it says all the way until 4 a.m. on Monday. It's a lot of freaking snow and ice. Palm trees and beaches. Michael says, I am very committed to it's easy to write about. Cat says, oops. I saw it. I saw something come up, but I wasn't right when I was getting ready to read it, it disappeared. By the way, Kat has her unmanned live stream up. There's a name for those, but I can't remember what they are. If you want to see the Tennessee snow coming down right now, unless you are Michael and Lady Sky, who can just look out the window. Lady Sky says, Yogi, let's all go to the Bahamas. I wonder if we get a group discount. They get shuttled for Florida, but it's even cold down in Florida right now, I believe. Michael says, thank you for that compliment. I truly appreciate it. I'm still learning as I go. We all are, for sure, Michael. I mean, all right. Technically, I haven't progressed that far, technology-wise speaking. Although I am, uh-oh, Cat's thinking. Could be dangerous, guys. You know, I'm doing things I wouldn't think I would be doing, like making the shorts and stuff from the live streams. But for me, just having the guest up, pivoting in that direction has been huge for me. My channel, you know, it's always been in the direction of live streaming, of coming up and talking about the things that are important to me. And hopefully they can be helpful to other people. Hopefully coming up here and talking yoga, talking breath work. Hey, Sniper. Greetings, Wound of Souls that may have a new claim. Awesome. Lady Sky says hi. But, you know, bringing particular guests up and talking to them like today, like yesterday, and on Monday. By the way, hold on. What day is Monday? So it doesn't appear that I have a guest on Monday afternoon. So I got to talk to Miss Pipper. I think I had her switch to tomorrow, but now we can do Mondays if she wants. It's up to her. Kat says Michael Burkeen has really grown over this year. It's really a beautiful thing to see. I feel so proud, like a auntie watching from afar. Michael says, "Thank you, Kat." That would be thank you, Auntie Kat. I agree. I agree, Kat. It's been awesome to see. That's the natural outcome of being committed. Having a vision, staying open, allowing that vision to shift. Hey, Jack. Jack, how you feeling? Michael says I'm even podcasting over here on this account now too. And he's, I think, less than 1,000 away from getting monetized, by the way. Stay in Bahamas till September, Yogi. Long time stay. I don't know if I'd want to be there in the summer. I would stay there until mid-April. I got a friend that lives in Costa Rica. Said I could live with him, basically live with him and his wife. His wife is a teacher. Well, She's a student. She wouldn't consider herself a teacher of A Course in Miracles for a long time. Both of them are 12 steppers. Yeah, and they said I'd come down and stay at Costa Rica until I find my own place. Evan says, "Hey man, I just got 3 cavities filled today. My mouth is swollen. Glad it's taken care of though. You know, you're going to be off for it." Lady Sky says hi to Evan. Michael says, "Yes, sir. I hit 2K watch time hours on Mysteries Unfold earlier this month and growing." Jack says, "I'm about 1 month out and I'll be fine again. It was a gnarly crash, bro." Hey, is there you've crashed before, right? I think anyone who does what you've done and do, that's the risk. But is there any are you ever like tentative when you start again? Does it ever leave any kind of like mental, what do they call it in baseball? When all of a sudden you can't hit. There's a nickname for it. Marlon says, "My mouth is healed enough. I could sing, but I'm a bit tired." Got you. That's okay, Marlon. Jack says, "I've been training the kids, working my upper body. There's always something to do, right?" Is that five? I'm only 5 subscribers from reaching the big 700. That's awesome. Is anyone here not subscribed to Michael Burkeen? Only 5 away, man. 700. That's a big number. What's that baseball term, guys? The yips. YIPS. Sudden and unexplained loss of ability to execute certain skills and experienced performers such as athletes. I had that with rock climbing, middle of a climb. Lady Sky says, "Would you ever meet meatloaf from a neighbor? If that neighbor had been sick all week, Yogi? Yes or no?" I don't eat meatloaf. I would never eat meatloaf from a neighbor. Now, if a neighbor wanted to offer me a banana, sure. Jack says, "Never. I always go right back to my normal self, and I'm very confident. I'll stay more focused when I'm going that fast." Gotcha. Cat says he wouldn't eat meatloaf. That's what I thought. That's what I thought with you. You're at that high level. Michael says, "Nope, I wouldn't, Lady Sky." Lady Sky says, "Right, chemical. Maybe leftover boogies on it. I'm not referring to dancing. There may be leftover boogies. Aren't all boogies leftovers once they leave the nose? Aren't they considered leftovers? They're only fresh when it's still on the nose, or maybe for like a second after when you look at it. And I'm not speaking from experience. This finger has never been in the nose before. I'm not going to say anything about these 5, but this finger never been up the nose before. So when does a boogie become a leftover, Michael? Cat says, "I said he, and I was not referring to myself as a he. He wouldn't eat meatloaf. Nope, I would not." Lady Sky says, sorry I asked. The minute it becomes cooked. Gotcha. Gotcha. You're not sorry you asked, Lady Sky. You knew it was going to lead. You knew Michael was going to say something about boogies all along. I think you and Michael are in. Hey, Pig and Run. You're in cahoots together. I'd like to think that of all the channels, of all the live streamers on YouTube, Saturday, January 24th, I'm the only one that has said cahoots. What do you guys think? Do you think there's some other? I bet you there's no one under the age of 60 live streaming right now or all of Saturday who has actually said cahoots. If you eat it, flu wouldn't be an issue. It would still be a booger, though. Pig and Rut says, so Yogi, how are you? I'm good. Pig and Rut, how are you, my friend? Appreciate you being here. Oh, if you heat it. Gotcha. If you heat it, flu wouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I guess it's true. Kyle says, thoughts on kidnapping Trump for ransom? I have no thoughts on the matter whatsoever. Hey, Dolly. Thank you for the floating jewel. Michael said, he's laughing. I can hear Eric Lapointe laughing because they got you to say boogie. It's the little things, Michael. It's the little things. If someone leaves vagrancy in food when sick, you shouldn't eat their food at any point in time. What is? Oh, someone leaves boogers. Gotcha. You're right about that. Cat says hi, Dolly. You're right about that, Marlon. Cat says, oh, Dolly, I missed that earlier. Thank you so much. I love you. Hey, Scott says my neighbor is too nice, but they've been sick with flu. So they brought you meatloaf? If you heat it up, Mary, it would be fine. Dolly says, peace and blessings, love and light, respect and working on respect and working on forgiveness. Amen to that. Amen to that. Lady Sky says, hi, Dolly, and yeah, Yogi. If you heat it up, it would be fine. Hey, Lady Sky, even if you microwave it, just to warm it up, it would be fine. Dolly says, hey, and waves cat, good to see you, and no worries. Michael says, I was really close to 700 subscribers earlier this week. I was at 697, now back down to 695. Oh well, YouTube being YouTube. Same. It took me a long time. I was at like 8,997, and I finally broke through. And I think I got all the way up to 9,007. Everyone congratulated me, and I was like, thank you. The next morning, I was at 800, 900, like 96. Don't know what happened. But I've crept back up. Happily so. We're now going to trigger away towards those, the next digit. Going to push our way to 10K. I hope. What has really helped Dolly says, hi to Lady Sky. Michael says, oh, dang. Yeah. 9 was a number I was excited about hitting. But, you know, I think I'm at a safe point right now. Knock on synthetic wood. Sniper says, suggesting that, Marconi's work relied on the hypothesis of the um, luminiferius, right? Ethers, a pervasive medium through which all light and energy move. The parallels that Course Miracles concept that ideas leave not their source, suggesting that I love that you put those together, Sniper. That's awesome. Communication is not the movement of a signal from point A to point B, but an awakening within a pre-existing unified field. Awesome. Michael says, love the Marconi post. Hey, Sniper, make sure you ask some questions Monday at 5:25 of our shaman guest. Dolly says, I love you, squirrel. Awesome, Lady Sky. Lady Sky is at 1,115 subscribers. Well done. Marlon says, them giving it to you is the only thing I'd worry about getting infected. Yep, true. Sniper says Monday at 5:25. Yep, I was reading some of the stuff that he does, and we were talking about the luminous field. Carlos Castaneda talks about that because we are luminous beings. Heating to like 60 degrees Celsius for a few minutes would pasteurize it. Fully, though, I doubt the virus can live so long without a host. So the food should be safe as it ever would be. Thank you, Michael. Hey, does that make a difference for you, Lady Sky? I truly don't think them having the flu has an impact on your risk of getting sick or not. Sniper says, love you, Phoenix. Hey, Wessa. I appreciate you popping in. Michael says that you have an idea for longer videos in this channel to go along with a mini episode of the Unearthly Domain. I'm going to be making something called a Trilogy of Error. Wow. Trilogy of Terror. Good to see you inspired, Michael. Kind of says, I think Lady Sky already has her mind made up, and that is fair. Yeah, you're right. But she can send me the meatloaf. I'm hungry. All right, Lady Sky. Pass it on over. Michael says, which is 3 scary stories rolled into one. Cool. I'm going to be curious in how you put that together, Michael. What's it says? CLS with a salute. Lady Sky says, we're still not going to eat it, though. Just be on the safe side here, Yogi. Gotcha. Says Lady Sky, I apologize for my typo. Lady Sky says, okay. This should be a Meatloaf Express. There should be some kind of portal, a tube, connecting places. If you want to send something over, just put it in the tube. Meatloaf tube, push a button. Like, when you go to the bank. Do they still do those? It's been a while since I've been to the bank. Like a chute. A meatloaf chute. Written out in a very Rod Sterling style. Big inspiration. Marla says, honestly, with most any diseases, contact to another person in rooms they were in, thing they touched last few minutes is the only real concern. Cass says, I think it'll stay pretty cold on the way here. Michael says, send it in the unearthly domain. Everything exists. Sniper says, Eric, I may have found the connection between the 220 hertz, the 12-second SSS. You mentioned the 12-second yesterday, and our cannabinoids. Hey, how did I do on that, Sniper? Cannabinoids. Research suggests that combining cannabinoids with 220 hertz low frequency acoustic stimulus may enhance therapeutic outcomes through a process called vibroacoustic therapy. It sounds positive. What would be the emotional and psychological outcome of that? Well, it says, of course, some multi-celled parasites that actually lay eggs. I'm not sure I want to go down this road. It can be a different story, but they're extremely rare and not what you get flu-like symptoms from. I prefer all of my parasites to be single-celled or less. Zero-cell parasites, they're the best kinds. It says best says that. I changed bridge to portal only just 30 minutes ago, Eric. Why did you make that change, Sniper? Does portal seem more immediate? Evan says, Marla says, true. You gotta love them single-celled parasites, man. They're not pushy. They're not insistent. They're not like high and mighty, all self-inflated. Look at me, man, multi-cells. In my opinion, those multiple-celled parasites, they are the snobs of the parasitic world. Did you know there are tooth forceps? I did know there was tooth forceps. They bend your teeth to get into cavities. It hurts. It does hurt. It's been a while. This guy says, no church for me tomorrow due to the weather, Yogi. Yay, I get to watch the championship game football. Awesome. You can watch church on TV. Did any of you guys ever watch church TV? Some people, they might not even get to work on. I bet you kids will be out of school here until, man, all the way up to Thursday, I bet. Marlon says, well, viruses are kind of zero-cell parasites. They aren't full cells and technically not even alive, but still live off you. And maybe they're half-celled parasites. Do you think they even have a half cell? Is a half cell better than a zero cell? Do you know that we actually consist more of microbes than we do human cells? The next time we have that argument about whether or not there's free will, consider we are at the impulse of the microbiotic nation that we serve as hosts to. Separate says miracle readiness. So, neuroenvironment triggers a vibrational resistance of the G protein coupled receptors of the cannabinoid system, resulting in the cessation of ego looping and the restoration of homeostatic miracle readiness. Neuroscience of miracles. I like that. Hey, Joe. Joe, how are you? Hey, Joe. Sorry about San Francisco, my friend. I was rooting for you. Malcolm says, hey, that sniper. I hope you're good. This guy says, go Broncos and Seahawks win. Road to the Super Bowl. I gotta go with New England. These guys decided Joe. Marlon says a number, yes, but by volume, not so much. Got to go with the numbers, man. You got to go with the numbers. Sam says at 220 hertz, the mechanical resonance interferes with the erratic firing of the cannibalistic of self-attacking thought patterns. Psychologically, this mirrors the Course in Miracles process of atonement. Wow. Where the receptor hears the signal of unity and ceases to transmit the chemical signals of the separation or anxiety. Simply says, I need a guest. Hey, you want to come up and say hi? Talk for a couple minutes? Buck says, be right back. I need some coffee to warm the bones. Just as Marconi used specific circuits to filter out atmospheric noise, the 2020 hertz tone acts as a narrow band filter for the brain, stabilizes the man. Cypher is really testing my ability to pronounce words. Let's just call it the bliss molecule levels. Thank you for the parentheses. And to spark the inspiration, coffee does the trick. I got my coffee mug sitting on my desk every morning, 4 a.m., a little before 4, as I get ready to write. And I do my writing. I got coffee. I got my blog up. I write directly into my blog. And I got Cat and Jack in the background. It's live streaming. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm posting the link up on the community page. The post page. What is it called? And why can't I remember what it's called? All right. You feel like singing a song, Lady Sky? Oh, don't forget to take my supplement. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Lady Sky. I appreciate that. Stickwork says you can come up for like 5 to 10 minutes. And it says, never mind, I got it. In description. Yep. Let's see. Joe says, do you know Jafar and Worf? Not personally. I've heard good things about him, though. Hold on. Because it's not your script. Descript Ion. Ion, sorry. I never read so much in my life. I can't stop. You're on to something. Guided somewhere. Can you sing the Deep Space Nine theme song? I cannot. Sorry. I wish I could for you. You know what? If I knew it, I would. If I knew it, I would sing it for you. No raving. I wasn't planning to be singing to the yogi. Sorry, trying to warm. That's okay. Not a problem. I haven't sung a song in quite some time. Not saying I'm going to. Who knows? Maybe I'll end uh, on a song. Hey, chat. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Appreciate you being here. Sepa says the psychological outcome is direct perception. The brain stops interpreting the world through filters of the past and begins to perceive the present moment as a clean slate. Hey, Zippy. I can say that. What's up there, Stickbug?
Hey, Mr. Yogi.
How are you?
I'm in the dark right now. I didn't realize how dark it was. I can turn a light on.
That's up to you.
You know I'm not afraid to show my pretty face.
Yep.
I'm not as pretty as you, but I'm working on it.
Few people are, Stinkbug. Few people are.
Yeah.
I'm digging the hat, man. It looks good. You look like you could be
You never see
stepping on
me.
stage right now.
You never seen me in the
Nope.
cowboy hat before. What was I wearing
I
last
think you
time?
were wearing a baseball hat.
Yeah, probably like a black cap. I know and people asking me questions about things. I know Mr. Squirrel, he had some questions. I haven't prepared anything. I just happened to see you live, and you normally have another guest.
Right.
I don't know if anybody has, or if you have something you want to talk about.
Hey, if anyone in the chat want to ask Stinkbug a question, shoot it on out. I'll read it. Yeah, I had a guest this afternoon. Very much enjoyed her company.
Yeah, I saw the older.
Yep. Oh, I understand. I understand. She is very much so. She's been around the spiritual block. Lots of experiences. Yeah, true. We got a shaman coming up on Monday in the evening, 5:25. Think you timed out, Stinkbug? Yeah, you're like you're stop and starting. You want to try to back out and come back in? Yep.
Yep.
Cat says, "I bet you can sing really good, Michael." He does do good Grinch. I've heard him do the Grinch before. All right, let's give it another go. You hear me okay?
Yeah.
Good.
I could hear you fine the last time.
Right.
I hope you're doing well, Miss Cat.
You guys have questions for Stinkbug? Hey, everything cool with you and Josh? You don't need to answer if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that here.
Okay.
It's just it's always a lot, and
Well,
I tried.
Hope everything works out. I hope everything works out for the best of both of you.
Yeah. No, I'm not worried about it, brother. I don't get involved with that stuff.
Right.
I just try to help out. But yeah, I don't
Um,
want to make this like a big thing, like be the star. But if somebody had, small questions about philosophy, psychology, whatever, or we could just talk about food.
Buddha says hi. Um,
But Squirrel did have a question for me. I don't. He was talking about objective reality.
yep,
Maybe
I
he
remember
could.
that.
Maybe we could do that on a bigger stream. I'm not trying to hijack your platform though.
Right.
I just wanted to come up and say hello and hello to Miss Cat.
Hey, Buddha. Buddha, this is Stinkbug. Just came up to say hi. Say hello to your guests. Hey, you know anything about shamanism?
Not enough to talk about it to a person like you.
We got a shaman coming up on Monday,
I'm sure I'll be there for it.
and Wednesday, but I think I'm going to cancel it. Cat
Give
says
me
hi to
give
Stink.
give me a
Cat says hi to you.
second to. I see. I understand. Let me look at Squirrel's comment. Truth is that which comports with objective reality, but you're also asking about what is objective reality. It's that which is not up to a human mind to interpret. It's, assuming that we all share um, a common reality, that we all live in the same world, that we all navigate through the same reality. Maybe
Um,
that's a start.
you ever read Philip K. Dick?
A little bit when I was in undergrad.
Right. I always loved his quote. Reality is that which, when you stop believing in it, doesn't go away.
Yes, I, I I don't have any problems with that. It's
Trying to
just
ring a king.
there's like a new
Buddha wants Buddha wants to know what you think of oneness.
further. I'm not I'm only here because I like these people. Like I'm not into like the spiritual. Yogi can tell you, but
Well,
I
she was
don't
interested in
know.
what you think of it.
No, I don't. That's my point.
You don't? Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I don't have like thoughts on that. If I could read the definition, I could tell you like I feel this way or that way. But
You ever have an experience like uh, being out in the woods, seeing a sunset or a sunrise, being at where everything seems to drop away, the personality of stink bug, and there's just this overwhelming sense of nothing but awe.
this is going back to the waking up subject.
Right.
Sam Harris waking up. Uh, I grew up in the woods, brother. It's like I've had to do survival stuff, and we got a lot of property down here, but uh, we got to set up a. I feel like if we plan like maybe 4 or 5 topics, we'd probably have a killer stream.
Right. Sniper wants to know
I
if
just
you're
I don't want
if
to offend anybody.
no, you don't have to worry about offending people. I mean, that's the thing with a guest is, uh, like if you
I,
hear me talking with a guest and they have a different opinion than mine, my job isn't to contradict them. It's to
yeah.
allow them to express their thoughts in a free environment.
Yes, sir.
Um,
I may be too quick to. I've learned to be a little bit more careful about that on this stream.
right.
I don't think I've offended anybody here though.
No. Hey, so I was going to talk about the guest I'm supposed to have on Wednesday.
Mhm.
Is an expert
Yes,
on plant medicines.
I see.
Um,
Or like herbal
well, like
medicine.
licking the toad and uh,
I see. Yeah.
but I might not be able to talk about it because I can get demonetized. I was looking it
Mhm.
up. So I don't know how we can present it, so I might have to cancel with him.
I may be able to help you with that if we talk later,
Okay.
but don't get too specific here.
Right.
But yeah, it was unless anybody has anything else for me. I just wanted to pop in and say hello. And,
I appreciate that.
and I hope that Miss Cat is feeling better.
She's starting to, for sure.
My grandma's doing a lot better.
Good. Hey, how's your grandfather? We haven't said much about your grandfather lately.
He's just stressed, We had I told you about the toilet situation.
Right. You got
We
that
finally
address?
got that. Yeah, we got it fixed, and um I made sure they got fed for the night, and I'm probably gonna make like some barbecue sandwiches and baked beans, mac and cheese, you know. Classic Southern dinner.
Right. Hey, you getting any bad weather down there?
Uh, Everybody's saying it's supposed to be bad. And we had some rain yesterday. It's supposed to snow again next week, which is almost biblical because I've
Yeah, you
only
got.
ever seen snow 3 times in my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys don't really get it down there much.
No, but um, we'll be okay. I
Hey,
got to
Kayla.
get a tire changed and got to pay those tickets off. But
Right.
we're gonna keep breathing, and I appreciate you guys, Mr. Yogi, Miss Cat, Mr. Squirrel. I wish I could have done something more productive, but at least I got to say hello.
I appreciate you coming up. It's always good to have a talk with you.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Always
I
appreciate.
love
Always
y'all.
appreciate you too.
Yeah, love y'all. Hope you have a good night.
Love you too, my friend. Hey, Kundalini King, what do you think of the guests today? She's going to come back again in February. I really enjoyed the times I get to talk with her. All right, what have I missed? Kayla, thanks for coming in. Kundalini says, keep providing us elders. Hey, your shaman is coming up Monday. He's coming up because of your inspiration. I really appreciate that. Kundalini says, beautiful, wise elders. I got some more coming for sure. When I think about, let's say, so Catherine, 40 years with the Course of Miracles. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring Carol Howe up here, but I did get to talk to her. 50 years, 50 plus years. Vicky Poppy, almost 50 years, and Duff Fishman, 50 years. Man, we're talking like right there, 200 years of experience, not just the Course of Miracles, but as with Catherine, she was talking about other non duality teachings, other paths that she's explored. Catalina King says, well, we were discussing shamans, Joel is the real deal. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to talking to him. I mentioned Carlos Castaneda and Dan Miguel Ruiz quite a bit, but we've never had a complete discussion about shamanism. Specifically, the Toltecs. As I mentioned, I'm thinking about, I don't know, with Martin Ball. I don't think I can do it. I think the risk of getting demonetized is too great. Aaron says a lot of people are mistaken on shamanism. And that's a problem. It'll be good to get the real deal. Hey, Nino. Nino, how are you? Let me. Um, my guest on I have another guest on Tuesday. Let me bring up her information real quick. Talk with Miss Flipper. I'm going to try to bring up some experts on Kabbalah, Kabbalahist. Sorry, guys. We'll dive back in the chat just a second. Here we go. Aaron says the most common theme that runs through most of your guests, they all recognize the dream. Agreed. I was talking about that. I was reading Joel's description, and I was seeing if anyone recognized the common theme of what he was talking about and A Course in Miracles. Michael says we still need to talk, have a talk on about orbs sometimes, Yogi. I'm free anytime after or before the 2nd of February. Gotcha. Yep, we definitely do. If you want to, don't have to though. I do want to talk about orbs. It says Patrick Jackson, the Sphere Network. Carl says, I don't recognize the dream. I wonder. I think we all sort of recognize that dreamlike quality of the world, maybe more specifically than other times. So Patrick Jackson does like paranormal stuff. I will give him a look. I haven't really covered a whole lot of paranormal stuff. I'm not opposed to it. Cat says, "Hi, Carl. Is it still raining for you?" All right, guys. I've gotten an hour in. You all want to do me a favor? I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. But if you want, our friend, see if I can find him. Our friend Big Al is live right now, and I bet you he would be extremely happy if everyone swung by and said hi to him. What do you think? I gotta see if I can find him again. I can't drop. There he is. Big Al the Englishman. And remember, don't preheat boogies or they'll become leftovers. This is true. Carl is live. Kat says, I don't like it at all. What's that? What don't we like at all? Oh, paranormal? This guy's laughing. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Carl says it's not public. Gotcha. Oh, Carl is not live. Carl's not live, but Big Al the Englishman is live. Oh, I don't like you leaving early, but that's fine. I know you can get some extra sleep. Hey, you know what? I just like the thought of people popping in and saying hi to Big Al. I just think that would make I think that would put a big smile on his face. And it could use some extra sleep. I think Big Al could use a smile, to be honest with you. Hey, Duncan. Like I said, I had to cancel my live on this channel for tomorrow due to weather. Gotcha. So it should be in the evening chat. Oh, you already said hi to Big Al? Plus, somebody who doesn't like me is hanging out there. Oh, gotcha. I don't want to make them uncomfortable. Kat says, "Good night, Yogi. Talk to you tomorrow." Hey, I can stay on. Kat. That's all right, Michael. So I should be in the evening chat. All right, tomorrow is Sunday, and I have no guest. So we're gonna hang out, do whatever. Maybe Miss Flipper might be up tomorrow. It's private. Tina's the only one who can see it. Well, I'm glad Tina's there. All right. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon and this evening. Very much appreciated. I'll see you for day 25 tomorrow, 5 a.m. Lesson 25 is one of my favorite lessons. Thank you, Michael. Love you guys. You too, Lady Sky. Duncan says, great to see your titles are much improved. Be patient, the algorithms will notice. Thank you. Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you reminding me to stay patient. And thank you, Eric Point. I appreciate you reaching out and giving me this advice. Michael says, hey there, LP. I summoned him up at the last minute. Carl says, you don't love me? I certainly do. Everyone saying hey to Eric. Eric Lapointe is back, by the way. And if you don't believe me, go watch his newest short, and he will let you know himself that he's back. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and wrap it up. Oh, hey, Shirley. Shirley says, little LP is here. Well, thanks for popping in. Lurk. I appreciate the lurkers. Lurkers have kept me afloat quite a bit. Duncan says 2026 will be a good year for Yogi. Well, thank you, Duncan. I very much appreciate that. I had a special guest on yesterday that brought, I think at one point we had like 76 people. It dropped back down to the low 70s, every once in a while in the 60s, but it stayed. I was happy that people stayed. It will be, Carl. We'll make it good for you, my friend. We'll do what we can to make it good for you. All right. My cat's telling me to go to bed. Guys, come on by, hang out with you tomorrow, 5 o'clock, lesson 25, if you've been following along with Course in Miracles. Duncan says we should do a mutual podcast interviews. I'm in for sure. I told you, Duncan, what I want to do with you is ask Duncan all things fitness related. You want to know anything about fitness from a top professional athlete and coach? Duncan's your man. I'd love to have him up doing a question and answer session. BLT is calling my name for supper tonight, Yogi. BLT and a bowl of tomato soup might be pretty good. Bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Yep. Get rid of the bacon, you got the perfect vegan sandwich. Except I don't like tomatoes. So for me, it would be a lettuce sandwich. And I don't really eat bread. So for me, it would be lettuce. It's the life of a vegan, guys. Duncan says, I'm going to start a podcast. I would like you on mine also for fitness chat. I'm in. I am in. 100%. This guy says, I love tomatoes, Yogi. I'm not fond about the texture. I like looking at them. They're fantastic looking. I'm going to say vegetable. I know they're fruit, technically. But whoever really thinks of tomato as being a fruit, right? Yeah. Technical spectacle. That's what I always say. You've heard me say it before. But that's what I always say. Lettuce wraps are great. Hey, Ed. Yeah, lettuce wraps are good. You got to have the right kind of lettuce. Duncan says you might have to explain how to do the podcast thing on YouTube. Haven't done it before. Technically, neither have I. There's a difference between live streaming and a podcast. To my knowledge, a podcast isn't live. I wanted to have the live interaction. I like the thought of doing a podcast. Good night, Buddha. Yep, you mentioned that before, Carl. Carl is a strict carnivorous. Carnivorian. Carl eats a lot of meat. Buddha says you take your supplement and everyone have a wonderful night. Took it. Thank you, thank you, Buddha. Yeah, it is recorded. Yep. So really, technically, it's just a live podcast, and I don't need a whole lot of equipment. I just got me and my phone. Tiger King says just got back from football, Eric. Awesome, Tiger King. We're wrapping things up, my friend. Yep, cottage cheese. I used to like cottage cheese back when I would eat cottage cheese when I was a vegetarian, but not a vegan. Yeah, so Duncan, send me an email and we'll set things up. Eric Lapointe, I have not forgotten you to have a conversation sometime. Live went really good, Tiger King. Thanks for asking. Of course, catching up with Eric Lapointe about burpees and what he's doing is going to be fun. But I want to talk about how Eric Lapointe got to be Eric Lapointe. I don't know Eric's full story, but I know a few things that he shared. I know that Eric Lapointe uses YouTube to be a better person. I think particularly Alan Watts. Eric Lapointe might be the only person that made a funny short using Alan Watts' voice. Right now, Alan Watts, wherever he might be, is probably rewatching it for the 100th time, thinking that's freaking hilarious. I have invited you up, Carl. You got a standing invitation. Kid says, Carl, Eric, good guy. Treat you good? I try to. Cypher says, link is always in the description. Eric Lapointe hasn't always been Eric Lapointe. I mean, people do see a burpee machine, but we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of him doing burpees. And everyone here on YouTube saw his very first burpee. So anyway, for me, it would just, and because he's been such a huge supporter, it would be a big thing to have him come up. And I think everyone would really enjoy getting to know Eric on a different level. It says, when I was ill, I loved watermelon. Now it's not my thing. It's funny how that changes, isn't it? Hey, Hammer. Thanks for being here, my friend. This is 3 dots. Eric Point says, thanks, Yogi. You're welcome, Eric. Thank you. Thank you and Duncan and Sniper for all you've done through the years. My channel certainly would not be what it is right now without the three of you. So, hey, you guys got a problem with me? You got to blame it on Squirrel Sniper, Eric Lapointe, and Duncan Walsh. I will provide their emails. They have a 1-800, don't call me, I got nothing to say about it number. It's okay, Tiger King. Hey, Danny. It has. You're right about that, Duncan. My video with Jenny has taken off a little more. Hey, yesterday's live stream with Tina Spalding, I believe my most watched ever, over 1,000 views right now. Sniper says, try it. Goodbye, Carl. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to wrap it up. I said I was leaving before, and I think Kat left because I was leaving, and then I ended up staying. If you want, as I mentioned, go over hang out with Big Al. I'm going to at least hit the like button. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.